It usually starts the same way. You shift in your chair after sitting for a while, stand up to walk to the kitchen, and suddenly there it is. That sharp, hot, shooting pain that runs from somewhere deep in your lower back or buttock all the way down the back of your leg. Sometimes it stops at the knee, and sometimes it travels all the way to the foot, stopping you right in your tracks. You freeze for a second, wait for it to pass, and take a careful step, hoping it does not shoot again. After 60, this kind of pain has a name. It is called sciatica, which is the irritation of the large nerve running from your lower back through your buttock and down the back of your leg. If you have been dealing with it, you have probably been told the same thing over and over to stretch your hamstrings, bend forward, and reach for your toes. The trouble is, when you actually try those stretches, the pain often gets worse. You stand up from the stretch and the leg burns more than before. What almost nobody explains is that the most popular sciatica stretch, which is that aggressive forward bend or seated hamstring pull, can actually pull your already irritated nerve even tighter. Think of your sciatic nerve like a sensitive cable running through your leg. When it is already inflamed and angry, the last thing it needs is to be yanked on. Pulling on an irritated nerve does not calm it, it flares it up. The fix for an aging, sensitive sciatic nerve is not more stretching, but gentle, nerve-friendly movement that gives the nerve room to glide, breathe, and settle. Today, I want to share 5 safer alternatives with you. These are all gentle, safe, and require no equipment, meaning you can do them at home from a chair, your bed, or against the wall. Sciatica is not a sign you need to push harder, it is a nerve asking for kindness, not force. The seniors who get the most relief are the ones who finally treat the nerve like a sensitive guest in their body, not a stubborn not to be wrestled into submission. Let us begin with a very comforting move you can do on your bed, a yoga mat, or even a soft rug. You simply lie flat on your back with both knees bent and feet flat on the surface. Take a slow breath in, and as you breathe out, slowly bring one knee up towards your chest. Place both hands behind your thigh, not on top of the knee, and gently support the leg in that position. You are not pulling hard, just holding the leg in a comfortable place where you feel a soft easing in your lower back. Hold this for 20 to 30 seconds while breathing slowly, then lower the leg and switch sides. A couple of rounds per leg is plenty. This gently decompresses the spine and takes pressure off the spot where the sciatic nerve exits the lower back. The biggest mistake is pulling the knee in too aggressively, thinking more pressure equals more relief. With sciatica, less is always more. If you feel a sharp shooting pain down the leg, ease off or stop entirely. Some people find it more comfortable to keep the other leg bent with the foot flat on the surface rather than extending it long, as the bent position protects the lower back. This is wonderful for anyone whose lower back feels compressed by the end of the day. A great habit is to do this first thing in the morning before your day puts pressure on the lower back. When you are ready, you can stand up gently and find a wall in your hallway, bedroom, or kitchen for the next movement. This is a supported standing wall lean with a gentle pelvic tilt, which is a soft way to open up the lower back while staying steady. Stand with your back against the wall with your feet about 6 to 8 inches out from it. Bend your knees just slightly and press your lower back gently toward the wall as if you are trying to flatten the small curve at the base of your spine. You should feel your pelvis tip backward and your lower back lengthen slightly. Hold that gentle press for 5 seconds, then release. Doing 8 to 10 slow reps once or twice a day works beautifully. Keep your shoulders relaxed, your breathing slow, and your knees soft, never locked. Locked knees stiffen the whole back of the leg, which is the last thing an irritated sciatic nerve wants. The wall is there to support you, not to fight against, making this a confidence-building move because you can do it without ever risking your balance. This is particularly useful if you feel your sciatica more during standing or walking, like when you are preparing meals in the kitchen. A lovely little habit is to take 10 seconds to do one gentle pelvic tilt every time you walk past a wall in your house. By the end of the day, you have done a dozen small resets without ever setting aside formal exercise time. Next, you can sit yourself back down in a sturdy chair for a quiet but powerful movement that targets the piriformis muscle. This is a small muscle deep in your buttock that sits right on top of the sciatic nerve. When it gets tight, which happens to almost everyone after years of sitting, it can press down on the nerve and add fuel to the fire. Sit tall in your chair with both feet flat on the floor. Slowly cross one ankle over the opposite thigh just above the knee, letting your knee fall out to the side to create a figure 4 shape. Keep your back straight and very gently hinge forward from your hips until you feel a soft, easy stretch in the deep part of your buttock. Hold for 20 to 30 seconds, breathing slowly, then slowly come back up and switch sides. Pay close attention to the word gentle. This is not a deep, aggressive stretch. Lean forward only until you feel the very first sensation of a stretch and then stop. Going beyond that first edge does not earn extra relief, it only earns more irritation. If you cannot comfortably cross your ankle over your knee, simply rest it lower on your shin. As you hold the position, gently breathe into the area where you feel the stretch. Long, slow exhales help the deep buttock muscles release in a way that holding your breath never does. Please note that if you have had hip replacements or recent hip surgery, you should check with your surgeon before trying this position. For everyone else, easing this little muscle can take the pressure off and calm the whole leg. For the fourth movement, we return to a lying position to introduce slow, controlled rotation through the lower spine. Picture yourself lying flat on your back, knees bent and kept together, with both feet flat on the surface. Let your arms rest out to your sides at shoulder height for stability. Take a slow breath in, and as you breathe out, slowly let both knees fall together to one side, going only as far as feels easy. Hold the gentle drop for 3 to 5 seconds, bring your knees back to center, pause for a breath, and then slowly let them fall to the other side. Keep your shoulders flat on the surface the entire time, as this contrast between the upper body staying still and the lower body rotating is what creates the gentle motion through the lower spine. Small sways are much better than big ones, and if the standard sway feels like too much, you can place a pillow between your knees to keep the legs aligned and reduce the depth of rotation. This rhythmic motion seems to quietly reset the lower back in a way that no static stretch ever does, making it a wonderful, calming move to do in bed before sleep or right after a long car ride. Moving slowly is the magic word here, as fast rocking will only irritate the nerve. You can also gently turn your head to the opposite side as your knees fall, adding a soft full body rotation that releases tension along the whole spine. Finally, we arrive at the most important movement of all, the gentle seated sciatic nerve glide. Your nerves are designed to glide smoothly through their pathways in the body. When the nerve gets irritated, that smooth glide gets stuck, and any pull on it sends a flare of pain. Instead of yanking the nerve tight, this slow, controlled motion gently helps the nerve glide and floss through its own pathway. Sit tall in a sturdy chair with both feet flat on the floor, sitting forward enough that your back is not pressing against the chair. Focus on the leg where your sciatica typically flares. Slowly straighten your knee, lifting your foot off the floor until your leg is mostly straight but not locked. At the exact same time, gently look down by tucking your chin toward your chest. Hold that position for just 1 second. Then, slowly bend your knee, lowering your foot back toward the floor while at the same time gently looking up by lifting your chin. The leg and the head move together in opposite directions like two ends of a slow seesaw. Doing 8 to 10 slow glides creates a gentle flossing motion that frees the nerve without pulling it. A nerve glide should feel like gentle motion, never like a sharp pull. If you feel shooting pain, stop and rest, or simply do smaller motions until the nerve calms down. Always aim for 3 to 4 full seconds per direction and breathe normally. Imagine the sciatic nerve as a long, sensitive ribbon that gets stuck. This movement simply coaxes the ribbon to slide a tiny bit each time until the stuck spots loosen. It is best to do this after a short walk to warm up the body, and always give yourself a minute of stillness after your session before standing up. Before we finish, it is vital to remember a few honest expectations and safety notes. Nerve glides and gentle movements relieve, calm, and free the nerve over time, but they do not magically cure underlying structural causes overnight. Be patient, as the nerve needs gentle, consistent attention to settle back down. However, if your sciatic pain is severe, follows a fall, or comes with significant leg weakness, numbness, or any loss of bladder or bowel control, those are absolute warning signs that need a doctor right away. They are not signs to keep stretching through, they need immediate medical attention. But for the everyday sciatica that flares with sitting and standing, treating your nerve with kindness will bring steady, gentle progress that aggressive stretching never delivers. Each session is a small message to your body that movement can be safe again, slowly rebuilding the trust between you and your physical self. Start with whichever movement feels easiest today, listen closely to what your body tells you, and never push through sharp pain. I would love to hear how these gentle movements work for you and which one you plan to try first, so please share your thoughts and experiences in the comments below.